What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to share an easy tactic you can use to double or triple the sales from your next marketing email. So this is something that we have been testing with some clients recently, and we've seen great results. So I wanted to share it with you guys because it's super easy to implement, and it's perfect for the next, product launch or a big promotion, or really you can use this with any email you send out as a campaign to your audience. But it's really great for if you have something that's exciting that would already have some pretty decent sales potential and you really want to maximize that. And this is really just an easy method of A/B testing. So before I get into it, I want to do a quick recap because there's one thing you have to know to set this up. And if you haven't watched any of my videos on segmentation, then definitely be sure to check those out. But just a quick overview. So we're going to be talking about some engagement segments here. So whenever you are creating a segment based around engagement, this is how we will define that segment. So we use Klaviyo for our clients. And so segment might be something like smart list, or there might be some other term for this depending on what email service provider you're using. But essentially it's just you're creating smaller groups within the entire email list that you can then send targeted emails to those groups. And so this segment, so let's just say we wanted to create a 30-day engaged segment. So the way we would define this is that all the people in this segment have opened an email or clicked an email, or they've been active on your website in the last 30 days. So then we could change this and we could have a 60-day engaged group. We could have a 90-day engaged group. And the only thing that's changing is the time frame in which they've done those things that we define as them being engaged. Okay, so you need to know that because I'm going to give you a quick overview of how to do this A/B testing tactic. So A/B testing, obviously, it's very important if you want to maximize results in email marketing. For all the automated emails in our client accounts, we always have A/B tests running on every email. And then we'll do a lot of A/B testing with campaigns. So sometimes it's A/B testing, or we're split testing the subject line. Sometimes we're testing content in the emails. For this particular approach, we are going to keep the content in the email exactly the same, and we're only going to be testing the subject line. So again, this is super easy. So if you think about the effort that goes into creating a really good email, you can get a lot more use out of this email. And we're going to end up sending this email 3 times. And what we really want to do is we want to work backwards from our absolute best customers to the broader audience on the email list. Because the reason why, or the thinking here, is that the customers who have made repeat purchases and they are the most engaged, these are the type of people that we want to get more of those people, right? So over time, as you start to get more customers and you start to learn from your audience and you start to figure out which things resonate with them, it becomes easier and easier to find more customers as you start to tune your marketing to your best customers, and you end up finding more people who just resonate with that messaging, with that design, whatever, the products that you end up launching based on customer feedback. And it becomes this thing where your best customers help you find more of your best customers. So that's the thinking here, is we first want to start with the first A/B test we want to do is we want to get feedback from the absolute best customers. So what we're going to do is we're going to send the same email 3 times. It's going to go out over the course of 3 days. So on day 1, we're going to send an A/B test out to the absolute best customers. So in this case, it's going to be a 14-day engaged repeat customer segment. So these are repeat customers who have engaged with our emails or the website in the last 14 days. So if you have a smaller list, you might need to expand this out to a 30-day engaged group, right? Because we want to at least have 1,000, several thousand people in this segment. And so if you have a really small list that, you just might not be able to be as refined with this, and that's okay. And with this first email, what we're going to do is we're going to have it it's just going to be a 50-50 A/B test, meaning half of the people get version 1 and half of the people get version 2. And if you have a lot of people in this segment, you can split it 3 ways, or you can do 4. You can test 4 different subject lines against each other. So again, it's just, you want to have enough people that you are actually getting some good data and it's not just random, right? Because there's always going to be some level of randomness in terms of who opens and clicks and all of that. So then we sent this email out day 1 to the 14-day engaged repeat customers. Then we're going to take the winner of that A/B test, and day 2 we are going to test more subject lines that are a little bit similar to that one. So in the first one, we want to test subject lines that are pretty different. We're trying to take different angles, use different tactics and how we, position the offer. And now that we've found this winning angle, we want to refine that. So then day 2, we're going to go a little bit wider. We're going to go to 30-day engaged. It could be one-time customers, or it could be 30-day engaged all customers. Again, it just depends on how big your group is. And the reason why we're not trying to just hit all of the best customers right away is because we want to wait until we find the winner of both of these tests and then include everyone. So in this one, let's say we're going to do a 30-day engaged one-time customer group, and we're going to send another round of A/B tests. And again, it's going to be anywhere from testing 2 subject lines to upwards of 4 subject lines, depending on how many people are in there. We're taking the winner from day 1, and then we are building out more tests around that, trying to refine it. And then what we're going to do is we are going to take the winner from that A/B test, and on day 3, we're going to send this out to a 120-day engaged group and all of the customers who have ever purchased. So some of these people might not even be, engaged with the emails anymore, and that's okay. And we're going to send this out. And the way that we've seen this play out is that even when we're sending to the small groups, so the 14-day engaged repeat customers, because again, those are usually your best people, we tend to get a lot of sales even from that first email, even though we're still just kind of doing some testing. And same thing with email 2, whenever we're sending out to more customers, but not the huge wide group. And then we tend to get the most sales when we go to the wide group. And what we've noticed this is if we look at the revenue between these 3 emails and we compare it to similar product launches or promotions that we've done in the past with these clients, we're seeing typically across the board 2 to 3 times as much revenue on average from this approach versus just doing the old approach, which was either just sending it out to the whole wider audience that we wanted to hit for that offer, or even if we were doing just a single session of A/B testing with that wider audience all at once. And so again, this is something that's super easy to implement. It allows you to get a lot more use out of that one email you created. And by the way, you're not limited to just testing subject lines. You can also do the same thing by testing content in the email. So testing headlines, testing CTA buttons, things like that. And if you're noticing that, let's say you do day 1, you notice the click rate was really low, and you go and look at, okay, which links are people clicking and which ones are they not clicking in your analytics, you might actually want to make some adjustments. And that's what's great about this is it gives you a chance to adjust on the fly before you send this out to everyone on your list. And by the way, one thing I wanted to mention, I'm backtracking a little bit. Whenever we go to day 2, day 3, all that, a lot of times there's going to be some overlap where people could be included. So we are always excluding people who opened the previous email, because we don't want to send the same email to someone 2 days in a row. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is you want to exclude people who opened the previous emails, just to make sure you're not just hammering someone with the same email over and over. But that's the last note about that. Again, super easy to implement. It's been working well. There's all kinds of creative ways to do A/B testing. And again, I don't think this one is even really all that creative. It's just something that we've been doing that's working well, and I wanted to share it. So that's it for this video. Just wanted to keep it short and simple and give you something that's actionable that you can start using today. And if you have any A/B testing methods that have been working really well for you, I would love to hear about them, and I'm sure other people would love to hear about them. So please leave a comment below and let us know what's working for you. And that's it for now. I'll see you in the next video.